this sounds kind of out there, but I started getting this vision in my head that was just playing over and over. It came out of nowhere of me just like playing music to a cow. And I was like, this makes no sense, but it also makes so much sense because it just does. And I had never thought that way before. And so I started like reaching out to different farm animal sanctuaries around LA.
Okay.
And there's surprisingly like a handful. So I started volunteering. I ended up working at one for a while as a tour guide, but I started volunteering, and I just like, I started like singing to the animals and taking videos of it because I realized like very, very, very like soon after I started that the reactions that these animals have to the music is like so clear, and it's like they react so clearly to it, and it's just so magical to see. So I started just taking videos of it and sharing because I wanted to share like the reactions that these animals were having to the music because it was just so mind-blowing to me. And so they started just getting shared, and I had one or two in particular that kind of just went viral. And it was like this thing that I just started just because it was something that I loved and wanted to do, and it just kind of like caught on. I ended up getting a feature on the Dodo for it.
Oh,
and
shit.
like it was just kind of this wild thing that it started out so it was just like a very innocent it's like the intention was just to have fun and just to do it and just to share like something that I loved, and it kind of just caught really unexpectedly.
That's so amazing, you know, because you said before that you had this vision, right?
Yeah.
To sing to animals, which is like, you know, it's crazy, right? Like not crazy, but like, but the idea of like singing animals, like who does that, right? It's just so different and unique. But then there was something inside of you that said, you know, I'm just gonna just do this. And you reach out to sanctuaries, and then all of a sudden you're doing it, and then the reaction from the animals. But what do you say that is? Like what changes them? What is so different?
Like when they were like, how they respond. Yeah. I mean, it's so the first animal that I sang to was this chicken named Peggy, and she was handicapped. She could only use one of her legs.
Oh wow.
So she had to be like supervised 24/7 by a human being. Like she had to be babysat all the time. So I was like sitting, it's so funny. Like I had this 4-hour volunteer shift where I was just sitting with this chicken, like just babysitting this chicken. And so I brought my guitar, and like I started just singing to her, and it's so crazy. Like she would look at me, she would look at the guitar, she would like sing along a little bit, she would start closing her eyes like she was kind of falling asleep, and it was just so wild. Like I have some videos of it with her, and you can see it, and it's wild. And then with like the goats, turkeys really respond to music. Turkeys love like the guitar, I found. The goats, I'll say like some animals seem to love it. Some don't respond much at all. Some like some were really scared of my guitar when I would walk up to them with it.
Okay.
But there was one goat in particular, Braveheart, and he's the goat that's like in, you know, the videos that went kind of viral, and he like, I mean, he was just incredible. He would just lay his head on my guitar, just cuddle, like just it's just crazy. It's crazy to see how like they immediately respond as soon as you start singing or playing the guitar. It's crazy.